Hi everybody and welcome to the 2023 Head Gravity Pro review. Head has updated their gravity line with the exotic technology. If you don't know what exotic means, it simply means that it creates a little bit more field. It's supposed to be a technology that increases the stability of the racket, and so the feel is a little bit better. This racket should provide a lot of control. It's a 18 by 20. It's 11.1 ounces or 315 grams. It has a 100 square inch head size and it's a consistent beam with 20 millimeters all the way in the racket. Like the Head Radical Pro, this racket has been rated by Head as a 200 CPI. That means that this racket is full of control. I'm really looking forward to see if this racket has a little bit more control than the Head Radical Pro, because yes, this one is 18 by 20, but it's a 100 square inch head size. The Radical was a 16 by 19, but the head size was 98. I'm also looking to see if the exotic is making a difference, because the first version of the Head Gravity was pretty much the same as the Head Gravity Graphene 360 Plus version. It was just a cosmetic change, so I'm really curious to see if it's a big change or it's just a cosmetic change. Let's talk about the cosmetic. I really love the new cosmetic for the Head Gravity. I like pretty much all of the new cosmetic from Head, but I really like the classy vibe of this racket. The Gravity was always, the racket like painted black with a lot of flashy colorful those line, but I really like that they went with like a, I don't know, gray, blue, like purple. It's really tough to say what is this color. And for this time, they're not going all around the racket. There's a side of the racket that is going from there to there, and the other side is just going here. So it's a really interesting design. Now let's see if it's good on the court. Alright, so first of all, the Head Gravity feels so stable. The exotic technology is definitely making a huge difference. One thing that I've got to say, for a 315 gram racket, it feels so much heavier. I'm used to play with the 320 grams racket, but this one was feeling like it was like a 330, 340. And after an investigation with a couple of people that are working in this industry, we found that the racket was a little bit out of spec in terms of balance, but not that much. The racket definitely feels heavier than it really is. But other than that, obviously it's not going that fast in the air because of that, but overall it's a pretty good racket. It has a lot of touch. Obviously it's a little bit tougher to hit really fast shot, but at the same time it's normal. It's a control oriented racket. I really like the spin that the racket can generate. Obviously it's not a spin racket, but it's still pretty good, and for a 100 square inch racket, it's very a control oriented racket, so it's really cool. For the serve, I gotta say it's pretty tough to do a really good flat serve, a fast flat serve, but for kick, it's pretty good. For slice is the same thing, it's pretty good. So really a good racket overall for the volley, for the serve, and behind the baseline. One thing that I can say, it's at the end of 2 hours training, sometimes you will feel a little bit tired, but that's pretty much it. Alright, so I would recommend the Head Gravity Pro 2023 for a player that is looking for a racket with obviously a lot of control, but at the same time who wants a bigger head size. That's really the point where, for me, the Head Gravity is setting up apart from the other racket in the market who are 100 square inch but with a 18 by 20. Like the Speed, like the Völkl V8 Pro. Those rackets are more of a powerful racket, and the company had the 18 by 20 just to put a little bit more control to this racket. But for the Head Gravity, it's completely different. It's a control oriented racket, but with a 18-20 pattern in it. It's a really tough racket to play with, to be honest with you. And I talked about this racket with a couple of people, and they were telling me that this racket is really close to being a pro stock model for the WTA type of player that like to have control. So you need to be in a good shape to play with this. But again, I recommend to try this racket because it's my review It's my opinion, so the best thing for you is to try this racket. Alright, so now time for the grade that I'm gonna give to the Head Gravity Pro. I'm gonna give for this racket a solid 8 out of 10 because I think the control part of this racket is really good. The Head Gravity line is meant for you to hit and not feel pain in your arm. And for that part, I got to say it's pretty good. I didn't have any pain in my arm. The only thing is that I felt like the racket was not like 100% what they were telling me. I felt like it was a little too much control. So if someone who likes to play with the Head Gravity Pro switch to this new model, it may feel like this racket has gained a lot of control, and this person may feel like the racket is not giving that much power. So for all those reasons, I give it an 8 out of 10, but you know, 8 is a pretty good grade, so it's still a good racket, just a little too much control, I think, for what I was expecting from this new model. Again, thanks to Raquetteville for giving me this demo. Without them, this video would not have been possible. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, and see you next time. Bye.